Welcome to my tutorial on Overlay Mosaic Crochet Work Centre Out. I'm going to walk you through this little design and I want to highlight the additional techniques you'll need. Centre Out Overlay Mosaic Crochet uses all the usual overlay mosaic rules, but there are some additional things you'll need to know about starting your square, working the corners and finishing. Check out the description for any useful links. We're going to start by making a magic ring. I just do mine a double loop version. You can check out my video on how to do a magic ring. So now I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1 4 times into this magic ring. And you have to forgive me, I am a crocheter who likes to wave their work around. So it's quite difficult for me to keep it still, but I'm trying my best. So now I'm going to pull up the loop. So again, this is my strange way of doing a magic ring, but you can check it out. You can do whatever you like. I just find this doesn't come undone as much. You still will need to darn this end in. So now I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch. Now if you haven't used a stitch marker, count back from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. Now don't make this too tight or you won't be able to get your hook in. There we go. Now I'm going to mark the front loop of this corner chain. You can mark as many front loops, as many corners as you like, but these ones are the hardest ones to see. So when you first start, I suggest you do mark these corner chains until you get used to how they look. In round 2 we're going to pull the new colour through. Now in some of my patterns you are asked to use the same colour in the next round. In that case, just simply chain 1 and continue. But in this case, we want to use the new colour. We always start in the corner chain. So my first corner is a single crochet corner. So it's a single crochet corner or a double crochet corner. This one is a single, so I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, all in that same space. And I'm going to move this stitch marker up now. In fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add an additional stitch marker here into the chain front loop of the chain, and you'll see why when we come to do the double crochet corner. So now continuing on with the pattern, I want to do a single crochet which is in the back loop of a stitch, just like normal overlay mosaic crochet. Then I'm going to do a single crochet corner, single crochet, repeat that around. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, single crochet into the back loop of the next stitch, and then another single crochet corner. Just a note on this last stitch, it's very small. Just make sure you check your stitch count and you don't miss that stitch. You might have to pull it out a bit. It can be a pain. I did actually pull it up too tight. So there's my last single crochet, and I'm going to close my round by slip stitching into both loops of the first stitch. In round 3 we're going to see our first double crochet corner. So I'm going to pull through a loop of the new yarn, and now you can see the advantages of marking these corners. There it is. There's the front loop. I've already marked it. So I'm going to work a double crochet, chain one, and a double crochet into the same place. And I'm going to move up my stitch marker into that front loop of that corner chain. So now I need to do 3 single crochets. Now I can see straight away that this is my first stitch. You need to pull this forward so you can see your stitches behind. So let's do the 3 single crochet into the back loop, back loop, back loop. Now we're going to do another double crochet corner, and if you haven't marked it, you can count the little dashes round. So there's my corner, miss one, there's my next corner. So I'm going to do a double crochet corner into this front loop. Again, it can be fiddly. Those stitch markers can help because you can pull on them to make that loop appear. So double crochet, chain one, double crochet into the same place. I'm going to carry on working. I'm going to move that forward. I can see that's my corner. There's my first stitch. And I'm going to do my 3 single crochets. I'll just finish this and I'll meet you back at the next round. Now I'm at round 4. This is quite a simple round, but I want to show you a little tip. So I pulled through the next coloured yarn, but what I want to do is avoid these tram lines appearing. This is as you're pulling up or carrying the yarn up the side. So all you need to do is crochet over the very first stitch. So in round 4 it's a single crochet corner, so I'm going to work into the back loop, push my hook through, but before I do anything I'm going to loop the previous colour over, and then I'm going to pull my loop underneath and make the stitch. Now you can see it's enclosed and it just gives a neater look. Just make sure you drop it at this point and don't carry it round. So let me complete my single crochet corner. Now my stitch marker is behind here, so I'm just going to take it out and mark this corner. So now I'm going to work 5 single crochets, a single crochet corner, and repeat that to the end. So let me do that and I'll meet you back ready for round 5. So we want to start round 5. I'm going to pull a new bit of yarn through. Just make sure you pull on that so that stitch disappears. And this time I want to start by making a single crochet corner. Let's do that. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and I'm going to move this bottom stitch marker up. If the first stitch of a side is a double crochet, this will go into this corner chain, the front loop of the corner chain. Now I probably shouldn't have taken my marker out at that point, I should have left it in, but I think you can see it there. So I've done my single crochet corner, and now I'm going to work my double crochet into the front loop of that corner chain. Now if you're wondering why you need to do that and you're not making it somewhere else, it's because there are less stitches on this round than on this round, and this stitch has to go somewhere. So now I'm going to do a single crochet. So again, pull it out, there's the next stitch above, single crochet, 3 double crochets, so into those front loops that you can see, 1, 2, 3, a single crochet, and now my last stitch is a double crochet, so it's going to go into the front loop of this corner stitch. So these stitches stand up nicely, they're nice and even. So the next side is different, and this can happen with my patterns. This is why my patterns are shown with different sides. So let's do a single crochet corner. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into that same back loop. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then we need to look for the next place to put a double crochet. So pull it out, there's my next stitch, there's where I make my next double crochet. So let's put that there. I'm going to do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, a double crochet, and then a single crochet. So there's my chain space, so there's that last stitch there. And I'm going to repeat those 2 rows, and I'll meet you back ready for round 6. I'm now going to do round 6. I pull a new colour through, and this time I want to work a double crochet corner. So I've already got that marked, so I'm going to take that marker out, and I'm going to work my double crochet corner. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I'm going to move my stitch marker, put it in that front loop. Now my first stitch is a double crochet, so I'm going to work into the same place. Then I want to do a single crochet, a double crochet, and you can see this one's in between, so just pull these stitches apart, trace it down, and you can see where to work. So double crochet, 3 single crochets, double crochet, again that's kind of hidden in between, a single crochet, and a double crochet into the corner. This one's a little bit more difficult to see, but if I pull it out I can see there it is. So let's double crochet into that. And my next side starts with a double crochet, so that is made into the corner chain, and the first stitch is a double crochet, so again into the same place. So there you can see a kind of shell effect. So if you get a last stitch a double crochet corner, first stitch a double crochet, you should have 4 double crochets into the same place. So that's always worth a check. Now I'm going to do another double crochet. This one's a little bit more difficult to see, but again you can trace these stitches along so you can see that that is the next one. So I'm going to double crochet into there, and I'm going to do a single crochet, 3 double crochets. So these sit in between again. Sorry about my stitch markers. They seem to want to accompany my crochet. So single crochet, 2 double crochets, so that's 1 in a normal stitch and 1 in a corner. So I'm going to finish this round and I'll meet you back at round 7. Before I start round 7, I want to show you what it looks like when the last stitch is a double crochet, the last stitch for a whole round. Now it doesn't look like there's anywhere to put it, but what you do is you put it into that front loop where you started. It seems a bit odd, but it does make a nice finish. And then I slip stitch into both stitches. So that is the same all round. So you've got your 4 stitches into each corner, and that last one finished that group of 4. Okay, round 7, I want to pull a loop of the new colour through. So it's a single crochet into the corner, two single crochets, a double crochet. You can see that's there, that front loop. A single crochet, 3 double crochets, a single crochet, double crochet and 2 single crochets. I don't think I need to go through all of this, you can follow the pattern, but I just want to, before you finish this round, I just want to show you how to do an invisible join. Just at the end of round 7, here's that little stitch. So just make sure it's the last stitch is a single crochet. You do make your stitch into there. I'm going to cut my yarn with enough of a tail to darn in, and I'm going to pull the yarn through. Darn it onto a needle, and then I'm going to pass it through not this first stitch but this chain. I'm going to put it under both loops. So let's put that through there. Let's just get rid of my excess thread there. And then I'm going to pass it back down where it came out from. Can you see? So through there and through that additional loop at the back. I'm going to pull it up very gently, and can you see it's like magic? It looks like a stitch. Effectively it's covered this first stitch. Need to darn it in at the back. Just make sure, oh look, I've got a stitch marker still left in there. That's me not being fastidious when it comes to moving my stitch markers up. And here's another case in point. I clearly didn't crochet over that. So that's the sort of effect that you can get if you don't crochet over that first stitch. So when you darn in, just make sure you don't pull it up too much. Now, the temptation is to do it in here, but I've found that if you do that, it's actually quite difficult to work into these chains if you want to join. So if you can, we take it down a little bit, but you need to make sure you can't see it on the other side. So take it down to another pink section, and if possible, if there's some stitches sort of hanging out at the back here, use those because they're less likely to show the colour. So I'm going to put it through a couple of stitches. I like to go back the other way. You might want to do more than that. And also you need to darn in these ends. So you can knot them if you want to, knot them and darn them in. Entirely up to you, because I've used a double loop, this is quite secure, but I do still darn it in. Just make sure you do that, because otherwise these can come apart. And also, because a lot of my patterns are not symmetrical, they come out different sizes, so you need to pin them to a size, a common size. You can do this on a blocking board, or you can do this on a roll of towels. Just make sure you've got something waterproof underneath. I mean, don't soak these. I do spray them. In fact, I don't always spray them with water, it just depends. Leave them for a couple of days and you'll find they'll take the shape, and it will make it much easier to join these together at the end. I hope you found that tutorial useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.